Shovelnose Sturgeon. You saw a title, you saw a thumbnail. Today it is time to go over all you need to know in order to catch a diamond shovelnose sturgeon. We'll be talking about the tackle I like to use to catch these guys, as well as the only locations you need in order to catch golds and diamonds. So first of all, we're gonna start by talking about the tackle. You know, the shovelnose sturgeon is one of the many species that has the bottom lurker trait, which means that they prefer swimming closer to the bottom, and for that reason many of the baits they like are baits that are exclusive to the bottom rods. However, most of the locations where their diamonds can be caught, including the locations I'ma show you in this video, are all relatively shallow, which means that you can perfectly use a float setup and still be able to catch them. So the setup I like to use is a float setup starting with a spinning rod or a mesh rod with a maximum line strength of minimum 2 kilos. I mean, exactly what rod you choose is completely irrelevant as long as it is able to handle the kind of line that is appropriate to catch these sturgeons. Then as for the reel, I like to use this one with a maximum drag of 4 kilos, and when it comes to a line, I like to use this 3 kilo line. You know, of course all the equipment is important, but the two things that truly matter are both the hook size and the bait. So when it comes to a hook size, I like to use either a hook size number 6 or a hook size number 7. Most of the times I use a hook size number 6 combined with redworm, but whenever I stop getting bites with it, I switch over to the hook size number 7 using cheese as a bait in order to catch all those bronze sturgeons that may be in the area. Now going over the first hotspot I'ma show you in this video, which is hands down the best location to catch a diamond shovelnose sturgeon on Golden Ridge Reserve. This area, well, actually they can be caught on both sides of the bridge, but mostly this western side, southwestern side, is simply amazing. You know, nowadays there's no other known location that produces more diamond shovelnose sturgeons than this spot. I would recommend you to stand right at the edge of this bridge where I am at the moment and cast towards this side of the river with both short casts and long casts using the setup I shown you. Something important about this spot is that after arriving here in the morning, it may seem like it doesn't have any shovelnose sturgeons on it, but as long as you catch the other fish like the smallmouth and the largemouth bass, you can be sure that those sturgeons will begin to show up soon. Sometimes you'll have to catch quite a few bass before catching the first sturgeon, but just keep going. And make sure to be patient, because believe me when I say that this diamond shovelnose can spawn when you least expect it. About time. First shovelnose of the day. It isn't too big, but it's nice to see, because before this one we had to catch like 10 bass. You know, that is the thing with this spot, sometimes these guys don't seem to appear often, but when they appear a lot of times they are huge. And the only thing you can do is to keep catching fish until a big one spawns, which honestly happens often. You cannot be serious. Shortly after the silver, we may have the first monster of the day. I think it is a diamond. I mean, that tension is very high, eh? Man, I thought it was gonna take longer, but here we have it. That's a monster. Will this be the first diamond of the day? Let's land it. Yes, 3.94 kilos. Our new biggest shovelnose sturgeon. I mean, it is not too big, but it's still big enough to be our personal best, which is not a surprise because before this time I only visited this spot one time targeting the shovelnose sturgeon, and I literally got my first diamond within the first 10 minutes. Oh, that is a sturgeon, eh? And it's massive. Similar tension to the diamond. In fact, I would say the tension is higher. It is fighting harder. And as you could see, it beat on pretty much the exact same spot as the first one. Alright, let's see a weight. I would expect it to be heavier. And of course it is heavier, 4.34 kilos. Look at the size of that thing. Another personal best. I mean, this spot is crazy. I gotta say that the bite was starting to slow down because I was barely catching anything with the hook size number 6 with redworm, but suddenly this guy appeared. You know, we caught this guy exactly on this place, which is also a place where I caught the first diamond, and as I said, I've been casting out exclusively towards this side of the river, towards the shore. Every single fish I've caught today has been on this area, And whenever I see something that I cannot catch with the hook size number 6, like for example those two sturgeons down there which I'm pretty sure are both bronzes, then I switch over to the hook size number 7 using something like cheese or bloodworm as bait, and I catch them. Many times after catching the small fish present in the area, I start getting bites with the hook size number 6 again once I go back to it. What is that? No way, did you see that? The sturgeon that beat the bait was a giant, but there was another massive sturgeon approaching the bait. And honestly it looked just as big, if not bigger, than the one we're about to land. Which, by the way, may be diamond. The tension is similar to the one produced by the last diamonds. So let's see. Well, this one is a gold, 3.38 kilos. Now we gotta try to catch the other monster we saw, which I'm pretty sure was just as big, if not bigger, than this guy. You know, another diamond would be crazy, but this spot is absolutely on fire today. Look at that, there he is. What a giant. The bass is gonna bite first though. So what I'ma do is that I'ma cut the line, and I'ma switch to a bigger hook, like a hook size number 4 or number 5, in order to only attract the sturgeon. There he is again. Big boy. Oof. Look, this place is completely out of control now. I don't know how it happens, but 5 minutes ago it was completely dead and now it is full of big boys. No one knows for sure how the respawns work on this game. I personally think that catching fish causes new fish to respawn. Actually, I'm seeing another giant down there. Is that another massive sturgeon? What's going on? As I was saying, the place was totally dead and suddenly there are big sturgeons everywhere. How heavy is this one? There we have it, another diamond, 3.92 kilos. Unbelievable. 3 diamonds on the same session within like 50 minutes. And what's crazy is that we may have a 4th one, because we can't forget that we saw another giant down there. I still see it. He's on the same place. Okay, there's the nibble. Oh, wow. This one is bigger. I mean, even though this spot is great and undoubtedly the best spot for Shovelnose Sturgeon, the fact we're about to catch 4 diamonds in less than an hour is not normal. $4.37 kilos. Are you kidding me? Another personal best. And I gotta be honest, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of what just happened, especially not while making a guide, because I reckon that it could give you a wrong impression of what to expect while visiting this location. I mean, 4 diamonds in less than an hour is insane, and you definitely shouldn't expect to get this kind of crazy results on your first try unless you are very lucky, but you can be sure that there's no other place on this map where you're gonna have a higher chance of catching one of these diamonds. Although if for some reason you never happen to have any luck on this location, or maybe you wanna try a different spot, there are many other places where you can also try your luck and also have a chance to catch a diamond Shovelnose Sturgeon. One of those hotspots is this area right here, in front of this boat ballet. Fantastic diamond hotspot for multiple species, including channel catfish, burbot, Shovelnose Sturgeon, boat bass species, tiger muskie, and even pike. You can try with many different setups on this place, but the one I would recommend you is a bottom setup with a 7.5 kilo line, a hook size number 6, and redworm. You know, the reason why I choose a heavy line compared to the first spot is simply because, as I said, this is also a non-diamond location for channel catfish, and you're gonna have a really hard time landing one of those guys with the 3 kilo line I was using. Here you can try casting in all directions, even towards the lily pads on the left, and similar to this spot, there are many other locations you can visit where these diamonds can be caught, locations that are available inside the Golden Ridge Reserve help sheet that is available inside the official The Angler Discord. You know, none of these hotspots is nearly as good as the one I shown you from the bridge, but they are still worth trying. So anyway guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to leave a like and a comment to support the video, and please consider subscribing to the channel to receive the notifications for all the upcoming guides. So with that said, thank you for watching and see you next time.